Nobody speak. Don't everybody speak at once.
Quick question. Do you see my mic?
All right. Well, I mean, I started. I guess I can
Yeah,
do the introduction from now on.
Welcome to Bostonian Thoughts with four guys.
Bostonian Thoughts.
I promise you that this is not a sausage fest.
You saw the three of us here last week. You got Nick, me, I'm Dave, by the way. This is Paul. We got a new boy in the chat here. This is Matthew Hayes.
The one rolled under the bus.
Yeah,
he
rolled under the bus.
He did get fined. Just letting you guys know, he did get fined.
We'll
I bought pizza.
You know, we'll be discussing a lot of things tonight. We got Patriots, Bruins, Celtics.
Antonio Brown
going off. We're gonna probably talk Marshawn Lynch, things like that. We'll be talking today's game for the Patriots. We also got the Bruins going on. So just kind of bear with us. We'll be talking all about a lot of things here. As always, be sure to give us a follow. Click the heart for the follow and give us click on the bell to be notified.
You don't even have it plugged back in anyway, so.
Yeah, yours is.
Hey, asshole! You got your hand in my shot. All right, you got your hand in my shot. So, all right, boys, we're live.
Let's have Hayes take it away first.
Yeah,
he wasn't here.
Hold up.
Last time.
I want to say. Let's start with the whole.
Well, we'll start with the Pats. That's what we want to start with. This catastrophe of a game.
All right, let's talk ex-Patriots wide receiver then.
Oh,
Antonio Brown making the news again with the Saints workout.
Yep.
And he goes to his workout now, which I got it from the source from CBS, is that he goes to his workout with a camera crew and a goddamn entourage.
Yep.
What statement do you think he's trying to make going into a workout with an entourage? You're there for a job interview. I mean, come on now.
I mean, let's be honest. The guy's a basket case.
The guy's fucking weird, right?
I do like Antonio Brown.
It was definitely worse than the Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't say it's worse than
It wasn't worse. It was just more of a out there type scenario.
I mean, Kaepernick did bring an entourage and everybody, though,
Yep.
Well, his got shifted at the last minute, too, so.
That was his doing,
Exactly.
Though. He could have kept it at the Falcons facility, got a fair tryout. Instead, he screws it up.
From what the word is, the Saints still want him, so he might be appearing because, again, my opinion on NFL rules is absolutely nonsense. How can you have someone sign entering playoffs? Just like Marshawn Lynch. I'm going to come out of retirement now that my team's in the playoffs.
But Marshawn did play today.
He did.
There's a difference between Marshawn and Antonio Brown, though. Marshawn came to a team that was needy and needed a running back that they lost to last week due to health injuries and stuff like that. Antonio Brown's been out of the league because he's an idiot and decides he wants to go and text people that are accusing him.
Well, the big thing is, how's he going to continue his college if he's back in football? His online classes may suffer for this.
He can afford it. That's right.
You kind of need an IQ.
Yeah, he did get $15 million just for being an idiot.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's very.
But this is the reason the Pats won't take him. They're against anyone who dramatizes or causes media attention.
I wouldn't say that.
See, no.
I don't say that.
The Pats are very against someone who's going to be a media pariah. They hate it. They don't like any attention on their players, especially Belichick, because then he's got to get questions asked.
All right, then explain the Moss situation.
Well, they dealt with that one, but after that going forward, I haven't seen them stay with anyone who's been any media issue.
No.
You saw how fast they dropped on Hernandez. That was gone. Wiped. Fucking.
All right, but I got to say this,
I think he wiped himself out.
Yeah.
They also cut that tie immediately. There was nothing.
We did have LeGarrette Brown, too.
They still paid him.
Well, they gave Brown.
He got it. No,
they gave Brown one chance. They said you got one chance.
They got LeGarrette Brown, whatever how you ever say his first name. We let him go and he walked and went to the Steelers. Him and Bell both got arrested.
Didn't Blunt go to the Eagles?
That was after the fact.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is one of the times he left though. Went to the Steelers, got arrested with Le'Veon Bell for weed. Still gets released and traded then to us. So we still pick up a basket case at the same time.
We did, but was he in the media after that? Did he cause a pariah situation over in the Pats after that? Not really. No. I didn't see anything about it.
You come to the Patriots organization,
you're clean. That's it.
Yeah, you have to be. Unless you're Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Unless you're Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I mean they're very, very. But I put it this way: Belichick does not want to hear anything about any of his players. Really, he just wants to hear about the next game. That's all he cares about. Which getting back to the game situation tonight was just miserable all around.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen such a shitty showing. I know that we're hurting.
For who?
For the Pats. They're playing
defensively,
terrible. Gilmore got walked all over tonight.
Oh yeah, Parker had I think at one point he had 3 or 4 catches for over 70 yards.
It was 170 something yards. It's terrible. And
yeah, but then you got Brady going into the half 5 for 12 with 92 yards.
Yeah, and an interception too.
Yeah, and a pick six. Yep.
They were all around. It was just terrible. Completely terrible. I mean, their defense has been taking a slip too lately. It hasn't been where it was the beginning of the season.
I felt like after the bye week, that was it.
That's kind of why I didn't want them to win tonight. I didn't want the bye. I don't think they would benefit from the bye right now the way they're playing. I think to have them sit for a week...
That bye was very important.
I don't think it'll help them. I honestly don't.
That bye was very important with the situation of Edelman being hurt with the shoulder. Brady obviously has an injury going on, possibly either in his elbow, his wrist, hand, whatever it is. It's definitely in his right arm.
Well, absolutely.
He has an injury, period. But going into that bye week after winning today's game, if they did, would have been huge. It would have given them the extra time to actually heal up.
Well, see, that's
practice a lot better with a lot of the guys. Get Jacoby Myers, for instance, Mohamed Sanu, drop balls everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's
now. See, I don't disagree with you on the bye for the health of Julian Edelman, but at the same time, they've had plenty of healthy wide receivers. They just don't want to take Edelman out. He's played every week, and he's always been on the questionable list.
He's a receiver that Brady trusts.
Well, exactly, but that's the thing. If he can't rest,
it's also not the Pats. It's not Belichick's or the rest of the Patriots' fault
they
that
have
Brady
to give
is.
Brady help.
Well, yes, they have to give Brady help, but Brady also has to get used to the new kids around here. He ain't getting any younger. He's obviously gonna be. He'll be gone by the end of this year. Period. He'll be gone, whether if he's retired or with another team. He's going to be gone. So he's going to have to make do with what he has and learn how to adapt to these new kids who are on the team. He needs to stop being a little bitch about it and actually throw to the kids who need to play.
Yep. Harry Myers.
Harry's going to be a good receiver no matter what.
Yes,
he almost had that amazing touchdown grab, but
yes,
he was ruled out of bounds because he only got 1 foot down, but it was a very amazing catch. It just sucks that it was 1 foot down. Again, we talked about this coming into next season, that even if you acquire a new quarterback, that O-line needs some help. They're not where they were. They're not as good as they were right now, either whether they're struggling with injury in the O-line or just they're not the same as they were. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the biggest part of this. We could give Brady, more wide receivers and better help on the offense, but if the O-line can't guard him, he can't dance in the pocket like he used to. He has to sit there and take his time to throw the ball now.
Well, you got to look at it, too. You have a guard playing center.
No, he can't, and he doesn't move, so that's the problem. They get to him, and he sits there for a good, few minutes to let people get open, but he knows full well the pocket's not going to hold, so he's got to release it, because if you look at his release time, he used to have, I think he still has, one of the fastest releases.
He has the highest.
It's just the problem is no one's open for him to throw as quick as he usually does. So he has to wait longer, and then the pocket collapses and he goes down.
Only due to Edelman's being covered by multiple guys.
Man, the hits aren't helping him either. He got hit again pretty good today.
Yes.
You got turntable between two players pretty much.
But you got to look at that pick six too, though. That Michelle wasn't covered.
I don't blame him for not throwing to Sanu though.
No,
he had to drop ball before that wide open.
You had Edelman and then you had Michelle. You threw in the middle of both of them. You should have just gave it to Michelle, let him take the hit. Yep. Or you go over the defender.
Instead, matter of fact,
you just lob the ball out there and hoping somebody's going to do something.
As a matter of fact, talking about Michelle, they were showing on his stat. The funny thing is they were showing his stats saying how much he's improved for the past weeks, and I said that's shit.
No.
He's averaging about 20 carries a game, barely touching 100 yards at 20 carries a game. That's great.
You can't necessarily blame a running back like that too when you got to show
when the O-line's terrible. We don't. But at the same time, if you're going to take 20 carries a game, don't run straight into the friggin'... Because I've watched him run straight into the friggin'...
No, I hear that, but I mean, that's what the play is calling for. But they got to look at it too, though. If you're not running the ball 30, 40 times a game and passing 20, 30 times a game, how do you expect your O-line to get there if you guys are just standing back in pass protection?
But see, the thing is if you look at it that way, if you check out Rex Burkhead, he was making his own fucking holes. You had him doing dances around people, and Michelle couldn't even do that.
But look at it this way, right? Le'Veon Bell was in Pittsburgh when he was in Pittsburgh, and you still had James Conner, the rookie behind him, right? Who do they block for more?
Yeah.
They blocked more for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it. They have people that they're going to block more for. Sony Michel, he hasn't earned it. Rex Burkhead's been in the league longer, and he knows these guys. He's been with, New England for, going on 5 years now? You have Sony Michel 2 years. He's got to prove to them that he can get it done after.
As of late, he's been doing a lot more better with his production, though. Burkhead has been outstanding in the past few games, at least in the past
he's
4
recovered
games.
well, too, because I remember one of the games where they punched it right out of his hands for a fumble, and that was pretty bad, but normally he's pretty solid. The thing is, though, I get that he hasn't earned it, but Sony Michel needs to be doing better. He could do way better than what he's doing, regardless of the O-line, regardless of the blocking. He's got to be mindful of where he's running. I've watched him run into the pile, and I've watched him have good runs when he goes and makes his own route. I get that you're supposed to follow the route, but if it's closed, don't try and push through, because Sony Michel's not a big running back by any means. He's not LeGarrette Blount. He's not going to punch through people. He's more nimble and agility-based, so if he runs into the pile, he's not going to get very far.
If anything, you want to use James White for something like that.
Yeah, you do.
James White is smaller than
He's
him,
been the
though.
reception running back.
He does plow through.
But he's also been the reception running back. They've been using him for pass plays short on the back end of the field and throwing it to him as he cuts around, and that's where he's been really flying forward and excelling. Sony Michel, they really don't use him as a pass option at all.
Yep.
They use him as just run. I will say I was shocked they didn't take any timeouts during the drive of the Dolphins. I get that they wanted to save him for when they had the ball, but
in the first half.
that was terrible.
Oh, yeah, at the end of that half, you could have got the ball back at a minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
But instead, you ran it down.
Mm-hmm.
You got the ball back, and you had 47 seconds to score. What the hell are you going to do at 47 seconds? A minute and 47 is different.
Yeah.
Least you can do is just kick a field goal.
Yeah.
And that's where
At
you can
least
tell
do
that
something.
Brady's not the same.
Dude, that
'cause they
field
used to
goal
do
that we did not take was the whole reason why we lost the damn game.
That and the pick six.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
got
you know-
the field goal, though. At least you know you're going overtime now. You give up that touchdown down there. You give them. They're probably going to end up going for the field goal with the 2 point.
Yeah.
You give up the touchdown. They're probably going to throw something right at you that they just did, and you're going to know that. All right, stop them here. We win the game.
I don't know.
But I honestly though, that touchdown in the back of the end zone should have never happened. You had guys just standing around doing nothing on the defensive side of the ball.
The defense looked lost, and they've been looking lost for a couple games now, and that's kind of getting concerning.
It's the same shit. They're pounding them with the same shit. They're looking over our game film, and it's like, okay, if we attack them here, they're not going to continue to change.
Pats should have won.
The Pats should have won. They should have, but they didn't.
I got to say one thing, though, is the Patriots, the past 3 years, maybe even the past decade, are all predictable. And everybody's just like, dude, now they're catching on that they just run the same shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, we've talked about definitely needing a tight end for the Pats, because I don't even think they utilized the tight end once that game. I don't think I saw Lacoste. I didn't see any of them. That's not okay. You got to use the tight end. You got to give the wide receivers a break. The tight end has to be helpful. I haven't seen him. And so, F Sony Michel. All right, so F's in chat for Sony Michel. But
So the Patriots will end up playing
Saturday, right?
the Titans. And Derek Carr.
And not for nothing.
Derek Henry.
Wait, the Titan.
Derrick Henry's the
Alright,
So
is he
Derek,
running back?
Derek
But you
Henry
also got-
also just had a monster day.
Yep.
He also won the rushing title this year.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
That's something they got.
But you also got Tannehill, who's coming
Dude,
flying.
If
dude.
they
He's
never
been-
had DeMarco Murray come into Tennessee
Yeah.
when they just drafted Henry, dude, Henry could have already been a monster. You give him last year after you say, all right, we know who's going to be our running back over here at Tennessee, because Deion Lewis can't do shit.
Yep.
He's a guy out in space like James White is. Derrick Henry, though, dude, look, now you're going to come down there. Tannehill, I always said Tannehill was a good quarterback. He was just in a shitty spot over there in Miami because they don't want to do nothing. Now you got somebody that can throw the ball. They have a couple of good wide receivers, and they got Derrick Henry, dude. We're fucked.
Well, Chris, don't watch him anymore. Sorry, buddy.
What was I gonna say? The Titans.
Spamming
The
people.
Titans between for this wild card game. What do you guys see out of it? Do you see it being a tough battle?
I do.
Oh, do you see
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a tough battle, but I see the Pats coming out, but we're not making it to the AFC Championship game.
I swear it'll be tight,
I don't see
and
it.
if they beat the Titans, to be honest, I'm only saying by a field goal. I'm not giving them
It
more
won't
than a
be.
field goal.
I would
Titans
honestly,
used both
I would give you
quarterbacks
that.
today.
Yeah.
Titans were using both quarterbacks today,
Oh, dude,
swapping out in between, doing whatever
using
they
a
wanted.
wildcat because Mariota can run.
Yeah.
That's totally gonna screw up the game because so can Tannehill.
Yep.
Tannehill's a lengthy
I say
quarterback,
if
but he can run.
The Pats cut it close. It's going to be a field goal game. And it's sad that you have to say that, but the Titans are just on a roll right now ever since Tannehill came in. And with Henry being the running back that he is, he might even torch up the defense on the Pats, who are really usually good against the run.
Dude, he's a DeMarco Murray type guy.
Yeah.
But he can also run out in space.
I mean, he had him. He has him in fantasy. He killed me.
Yeah.
Dude, at the beginning of the year, he was okay, and then he finally came into himself.
Not bad. All right, just before we continue on, thank you for the 14 viewers in chat. Again, if you guys want to hear us talk about a certain team, certain things, just put it in the chat. We'll try and get to it. We'll add it into the thing. When we upload to YouTube, we want you guys to post your comments of teams you'd like us to kind of talk about, and we can kind of go in depth on them, do a little bit of research, and kind of come back and talk to you guys next week more so about that stuff. The more you guys follow, the more you subscribe, the more we can get done. We want to get some more lighting, some green screens going on for you guys, but we definitely going to need some support on that. We're going to work on the camera situation we got right now. But again, the more support, the better. I love having you guys here. So let's kick it into tonight's game, too. Predictions for the San Fran Seattle game.
Hold on, before we do the predictions. The Ravens sat most of their starters, bro. I'm like,
RG3.
RG3 is winning this goddamn game right now, 28 to 10.
Though.
It's 28 to 10,
now.
dude. I just had to throw that out there real quick, and then we'll touch on
they're
more of the
terrible
playoff
now.
picture.
Steelers,
But
man. They're also out without James Conner right now.
yeah,
Quarterback's terrible.
what's your prediction then, Paul?
I predict another field goal game. I think it's going to be 27-24 in favor of San Fran this time.
Who won the first round?
It was Seattle, 27-24.
They won the first game.
Yep.
I'll go.
So you're going same score, just flip.
Yep.
All right.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game though. I think it's gonna be better than last time.
Well, a lot of people are saying Marshawn's back, but do you really expect him to come through and make that big of an impact? He's old. He's not gonna be able to plow through his
I'll give you
The
my
guy's
prediction.
still in shape.
I'll give you
He
my
can
prediction
run.
for him though. I say he at least gets 65 plus yards, and he gets a touchdown.
I'll say he'll get a touchdown. I don't think he's gonna go 65.
You don't know. You don't
yards.
think he'll go 65 yards at least? That's at least a league minimum.
I'll tell you what's going to happen,
That's a
though.
league minimum.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, though. He is going to run the ball on the 1 yard line.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're not going to screw that up again. They won't make that
They
mistake
are
again.
projecting him to take about 15 to 20 touches tonight. That's what they're projecting him for.
And you think that he won't, as beast as he is not going to get at least 65
You have
plus.
to worry about the defensive line for the Niners. They're very strong against the run usually.
Yes.
Nick Bosa's going to get back there, and he's a friggin' animal.
But here's
I
the
know that people don't see it as much, but he is an animal.
I should have sent you a video that I was watching
You're
earlier.
also going to worry about Richard Sherman as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
but-
He's going to be a big coverage.
Marshawn Lynch is a very good blocking
But
back.
don't forget, they're going to account for that.
He'll take the hits, though.
They know he's coming back. So they're going to have a plan in place because he's of course, Marshawn Lynch being the name that he is, it's all of the media. So that just leaves the coach more time to adjust to Marshawn Lynch being in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the backup option is going to be for Seattle, so it might come to that he has to take those touches. But
Turin. They brought back the two same backs that they won the Super Bowl with.
yeah, so I mean, it's tough. Yeah, so the last game for Seattle versus San Fran was 27-24 in favor of the Seahawks for the field goal in overtime.
All right.
I projected.
I say they go OT again, and I still give it to Seattle.
Oh, he's still going to Seattle.
Even though I love Marshawn,
But-
but I'm not gonna say he's the big factor. You got to look at it this way, right? You want a top seed. Seattle's like, I'm not going to let them take the top seed. I'd rather get the bye now so I can work out with my two running backs. I say it's going to be 28-34 Seattle.
Interesting score. But you also have to contribute that Seattle's wide receiver game is not always on.
No,
Lockett sometimes shits the bed.
you still have young.
You got
young
Metcalf,
wide
who's been
receivers,
doing
man.
terrible lately. They flipped. Lockett went off, then Metcalf fell off, and then they keep flipping.
I think this is their game. I honestly think this is the game everything clicks for them.
Well, I think it's
you got two running backs that are coming in right now that can take the pressure off them too.
But you also have the Niners who are coming in because they lost last time, who want the win.
I don't care.
It's the Niners.
I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying.
They want the win, and they've had time to adjust.
It's prime time, bro. It's prime time. Let Beast Mode come out.
You know, you get the spawn of Brady.
You do.
In San Francisco.
Yep.
You have Garrett Kittle, or Kittle, whatever the fuck his first name is, I can't remember. Who's like a Gronk to him. Who's like a Gronk to him.
What teams do you think will meet in the Super Bowl?
We'll get to that in a second. But you got this, again, the spawn of Brady in Jimmy Garoppolo. You have Kittle.
How sucky would that be if they both lost today, though?
The battery on the laptop.
If they lost today, then they lost today. It's no big deal for them. It's not like Brady and Garoppolo haven't dealt with something like that.
I feel like your charge is not working.
They've gone 12-4.
It was
before.
working.
They can go 12-4 again. They've gone as far as the Super Bowl and won.
Do you need the can opener in?
No.
All right, I'm gonna plug it.
So, I would have to say San Francisco, no doubt.
Damn. Ooh.
Believe me, as much as I want to see Russell.
Damn, I'm going up against 3-1.
Well, but I gotta go with San Fran.
Didn't Seattle just lose to Arizona?
Arizona's up and coming. Don't sleep on Arizona, man.
I'm not, but they shouldn't have lost that game. Not by a long stretch if they're as good as they should be. So that means that Seattle's struggling.
Come on, Kenyon Drake, bro.
Dude, Kenyon Drake's gone off, but that doesn't mean that Seattle can go ahead and then take a loss to them. I mean, they lost 27-13 to Arizona.
That's not bad, though.
That's terrible.
So then let's get into the question here that we have in the chat. We got what teams do you see being in the Super Bowl right now?
Ravens on my side, definitely. And I think they'll go up against either the Saints or San Fran.
San Fran.
Okay.
If San Fran takes the top seed, I will go with...
Pizza hasn't got here yet, Mike.
I'm very upset about that, by the way.
That's hard, because if San Fran takes the first seed, I think they have all to lose, and they'll be too hyped.
Dallas is out, by the way, Chris.
Yeah,
I think you can't sleep on the Eagles, because the Eagles are winning right now. Eagles go underdog.
Are you gonna say they'll see someone at the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I don't think San Fran makes it if they're top seed.
So who do you think? Well, the thing is who you think is gonna be at the Super Bowl?
Well, from out of the AFC,
I'm saying Ravens are gonna make the Super Bowl.
I would have to say yes, Ravens.
I would say if the Pats get the Ravens again,
it's a
the
different
Pats
outcome.
move on.
It's a different outcome.
It's going to be a different outcome because now they have
Baltimore.
more. They have the bye.
Yeah, but they're going to be at Baltimore. You have to take that into account.
Just think it again. We go to Baltimore again. It never always ends up the second time.
Everything
always gets flipped.
Now.
Hold on. Where is the game tonight?
The game tonight was in Foxborough.
No, not the Seattle game.
Seattle game? I have to look it up. But just keep in mind, too,
in Seattle.
The Ravens, by far, in this league, are the most complete team. I don't care what anyone says, they are the most put together team.
So were the Chiefs last year.
I can't
stand... They were.
I can't stand the Ravens.
I say the Ravens will meet whoever is on the other end of that. I'm going to stand by that decision because I feel like they're very complete. They haven't fallen off like the Chiefs did either.
All right.
They've been going.
So this is my prediction. If the top seed goes to...
It's at Seattle.
San Fran, right?
Okay.
I will go... Actually...
I'm going to have to go with Ravens.
I like Saints-Chiefs.
Saints.
I like
honestly,
the Saints
Chiefs will be a good matchup, yes.
Honestly,
I don't see the Ravens losing to the Chiefs in the AFC title game if they make it that. If that's the whole situation though.
No, because they already
we gotta put.
You gotta look at it this way, right? If Baltimore, obviously they have the 1 seed. You have the Chiefs or New England go in there. They both already lost to them this year, right? The Pats go in there, great. That's a 50-50 chance. I look at it this way: if the Chiefs have to go back to Baltimore and play them,
Baltimore wins.
Chiefs got it. I say Chiefs got it. They go.
Chiefs beat them last time. You think the Ravens aren't going to change up a game plan? And mind you,
dude,
the Ravens
they've had the same game plan all year long, right? Pass, then run.
Yeah, but the Chiefs.
Dude, all you got to do is stop Lamar.
The Chiefs have no defense.
All you got to do is lock down Lamar. And Chiefs have an okay defense. They're not
they
bad at
don't.
all.
They always get
Every
into a
team
fighting
knows that you
match.
have
They
to
still
stop Lamar,
won.
though.
All right, you got to look at it this way, right? They still went 12-4 this year, right? Any team that goes 12-4 has a good season. I just say that.
He's
I
not
look at
winning
it this
the
way.
Super Bowl. Sorry.
Out of the NFC, I definitely say it's going to be the Saints.
None of us. Well, right now there's no faith in the Pats because they haven't given us much to have faith.
I honestly don't really think the Pats will make it to the Super Bowl. But I mean, I say if they they have to go back to Baltimore and they somehow magically do it and they're going to win from the wild card, I think this will be the time they do it.
Red flag as soon as they lost to the Dolphins. That's a red flag, period. That's alarming. I get it, Belichick didn't look too concerned, period, but that's still a red flag. The Dolphins are incomplete as a team. That shouldn't have happened.
Belichick's already moved on.
They were in Foxborough.
He's already moved on with Brady.
He's focusing on next season, in my mind. To be honest, I think the Pats are going to go in there, maybe win the first game against the Titans, and then fall out.
Let's put it this way, right? Pats win. They're going to KC.
I'd see them winning in KC.
I can see them beating KC.
I don't see them losing to Patrick Mahomes again this year.
All right, listen. Patriots should have won that last meeting with KC. Period.
So they got more to prove now.
Should have been a win. They got the improvement. Yes, they lost to the Miami Dolphins today.
It's still a flag.
It was a pisser of a fucking loss.
It's a red flag.
Yes, I agree. It's a red flag. Yes, but that's only with the health of the team.
Well,
right
that's
now.
not going to improve, is what I'm saying.
I agree.
So that's the flag.
It's not going to improve only because you don't have the bye anymore. And I can't believe you said you don't care for the bye because that would have been great for us.
I think they need to keep playing because they need to change. They need to somehow make things work better than how they are now. Even if they're hurt, they have to make things better somehow so that they have a chance in the playoffs. Period. They need to think of a scheme.
Then how are they going to do that without the bye?
Dude, you're also asking them to heal over 1 week. That's not going to happen. They've been playing hurt all year.
Julian Edelman, regardless if he gets a bye, right? That shoulder injury is more than what anybody else says anyways. He gets a bye week. He gets to chill. He gets to relax. He gets to ice, whatever, right? Now he's stiff.
Yep.
He's going into the bye week like, all right, I get to heal. And then he's going to get his ass kicked now because he's trying to get off the ball and catch a ball. It's going to be worse for him.
So that's what I'm saying. Bye week or not, it still may not have helped the health of the team.
Yo, look, I look at it this way. When I played football, I would rather play again next week because you're still taking the hits. They give you a week off. What's the week off to learn film? You guys can do the same thing and break it down all on the field. You have a better chance of doing that. If you have a bye week, everybody's already like, yo, man, I got this game. I'm going in there. I'm going to the second round. I'm going to the AFC Championship game.
Biggest thing will be Brady's trust in the new guys. That will be key to them playing well in the playoffs. If they can't, he's going to have to keep throwing to Edelman. And Edelman's going to get more hurt. And eventually he's not going to be able to stay on the field.
Yes.
So let's look at it this way.
Sanu has to step up as a big receiver.
He has to. That's what they got him for.
Sanu says he has more to give, right?
Do we think
but
that
does he?
That's the question. Does he?
And if he does, he better show up now.
When is he going to kick in?
It's playoff time.
The whole thing.
It's playoff time.
All right. Before we continue with the playoffs, what's your prediction tonight then?
For the Seattle game?
Score-wise, yep.
Score-wise, I'd have to go San Fran, but I want to say 36-24, somewhere in there.
36-24?
So I want to know who has the best bid and going on right now.
About us or talking about?
No, I think about us.
Oh.
That's I don't know.
Audios, you might want to move it back just a
tad, too. It's definitely not Paul. You can definitely say that.
What?
Best bid. Yeah, look at the chef's on ass. I can't tell you.
Who has the best bid?
I'm going to have to shave some hair.
Who has the best bid? I mean, not you, baby.
I think in terms of
I think Nick's is the most filled
filling, cleanly, and then just overall good.
There's many categories. I just want to give an update.
You kind of caught different sport. You kind of caught me in the middle of growing season.
Growing season.
I just basically shaved it not too long. You should have already had to shave because of fucking fantasy this year.
And you wiggled out of it. All right?
I did. I paid him $20.
In fantasy.
I gave him $20 and that was it.
He wanted to keep his beard after he bet it off.
Yo, I shaved my head though. That counts because I liked my hair better.
Alright, but hold on. Back to the sports. I'm actually excited to see the NFC playoffs.
Wait, we gotta get Hayes' prediction. Why are you skipping over him?
Oh, Hayes, you want to make a prediction?
Shit!
What?
For the San Fran game?
San Fran wins 35 to, I think, 21.
Ooh.
See,
big gap.
See, they got lopsided, dude. I don't think
You're
they
the
got
only one on
lopsided.
Seattle.
Hey, I'll take that because then I'll be sitting over here with a shit-eating grin if they win.
You can sit there and do you.
That's cool.
Honestly, I might be wrong.
You see what Mike said about me? Tim.
Let's get that Marshawn beard.
Paulie with the mash.
But no, I think
NFC
NFC
East has-
playoffs are going to be
really?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Pass
see all the
the score.
matchups. What, you
That
got
is,
the Packers, you
that's
got the
points for me in
Saints, you
fantasy.
got
That's what
San
I'm
Fran,
saying.
you got Minnesota in there. You've got one hell of a playoff
Mashy.
round going on.
Am I-
Yo, you gotta look at it this way, right? How the hell do you let Green Bay after a
They
shitty
snuck in
season?
though.
Yo, but after a
Charlie
shitty
Mack
season
and Torrey
Green
Krug
Bay
as
had
well.
last year, how the hell do you let
But
Green
they
Bay get the
snuck in
first
though.
seed?
No one's been talking about Green Bay. No one. They've been off the radar.
He has nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. They've been off the radar, so no one really gives a shit. No one's focused on Green Bay. Thank you, Bar.
Had to pull him in there.
But
You're a little off camera.
I don't want to hear anyone there praising the Pats when they go all the way. We'll still tell them good props if they manage to go all the way.
Hey,
Doesn't-
listen
I don't
here.
see-
They're not going all the
Listen,
way.
I don't
They're not.
Listen here, I'm a homer through and through.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean, honestly, whether or not
I'm
we're-
always rooting for the Patriots.
Do you ever hear
Patriots
friggin'
win the Super Bowl?
You ever
It's
hear
gonna
98.5? They never talk positive about Boston sports at first, and then all of a sudden, when they start winning, they hop on the bandwagon.
Buddy, I am the wagon, all right?
But no, it's
The only time I probably heard them say anything was probably like 2018.
they was
Sox.
always shit all over the Bruins.
They did 20. I mean,
Every time you
Every
would never
fucking
hear,
place
yeah,
shits
but
on
you,
the Bruins.
you never hear anything positive, and they're a Boston sports station.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's-
and then you get nervous when they say good stuff about them, because then
Because
shit
you know-
hits the
'cause
fan.
you-
But okay,
know
but
they're
you
gonna lose.
notice that though. Okay, anybody that trashes Boston sports, right? They always expect Boston to take that and put that towards, their anger and frustrations throughout everything else.
I mean, I could
that
I could
always
care.
happens though.
I
Doesn't
could
always
care
happen.
less. It's how it looks. If Pats win or do make it to the Super Bowl, great. We're still gonna say good job, but we're right now expressing that we don't think they're gonna make it that far.
If they prove us wrong, then fine.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Good for you.
a diehard Pats fan through and through, but honestly,
And a semi-Steelers fan. We haven't gotten into that yet.
You're a Steelers fan.
A
have-
semi-Steelers
You sit
fan.
next to me.
Go fuck yourself.
That's
Dave's a partially Green Bay fan.
part of my mom's family lives in Pennsylvania and shit. So,
I was a Green Bay fan when Favre was on there.
Yeah,
I followed
everyone
Favre.
loved Favre.
Dude, I got a Favre
followed
jersey,
Favre
bro.
over to Minnesota, but
I had to follow the
You know.
Rams
Hey,
through
listen
Kurt
here.
Warner.
It's all
dude,
right.
I don't even know how you become a Rams
was a
I
fan.
already
fan.
told
I'm
you.
a big
I was
Bledsoe
a
fan. I
fan.
love you, Drew Bledsoe.
I like
I
Drew
followed-
Bledsoe?
I fucking followed
The
him.
broken finger that allowed Brady to sneak in the door.
Hey, I
Let's-
followed
Hey,
him from.
if it wasn't for him, it would have
complaining?
been-
I'm just saying.
6 threes later,
I'm just saying.
See, look, if that was you over there in St. Louis at the time, and then now you guys go to LA and shit like that.
Well, we didn't get much of an upgrade from Kurt Warner. We got Goff, and he's been struggling
That's your
harder
boy,
than
though.
anyone.
You were praising him
He
last
was
year.
doing great last
I know.
year, but he
Hey, right? Now he's over here like, oh, he ain't doing shit this year.
exactly.
What
But he
is?
is.
But he can't have a bad season.
But that no, I didn't say he couldn't.
He didn't
Did
even
I-
really
hold
get
on,
a Ricky
hold on.
slump, though.
Did I ever say he couldn't have a bad season? No.
No,
All
but
I
I mean-
said is right now this season he's not where
It's
he
it,
needs
you
to
got
be.
you got to look at it, right? Who's
Jared
that
Goff
other who's that
himself
other
is fluke.
coach over there?
Hey, he could be a fluke. Or he
Fisher,
could be
right?
good, you know,
Fisher
It's-
didn't even really let him get a chance at the beginning.
because Fisher's plan was give it to Gurley, give it to Gurley, give it to Gurley.
Exactly. But now look at Gurley.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
he-
snap count because he's hurt.
You got to look at it. He tried to take over at the end of that season, and then he had a full year last year. Finally, he never really got through
Yeah.
to go through a sophomore slump.
They're on
Watch
penalty kill.
next year and on, Goff's gonna be a great quarterback.
He should be. McVay was a quarterback coach before he went to the Rams. He worked with Kirk Cousins. And
He played with Edelman. Don't forget about
Yeah.
that.
So, he's the youngest coach out there when he started, so I'm waiting to see what they're going to do. They got a lot of salary that they got to fiddle with because of all
But
that.
do you think, due to them having a bad season this year, that he's on the chopping block?
No. Not
I
yet.
don't
No.
see him being on the chopping block.
Not yet. Fisher
Yeah,
had how many bad
if he's
seasons?
on- if
Yeah, but
he's
you know what's fucked up though is that how do you not put Matt Patricia on the chopping block having 2 seasons in Detroit, all shitty seasons?
Well, what do you got in Detroit, really?
That
To
doesn't
play
matter
with-
though.
To make your coach and work. And Stafford, they were doing good when Stafford was there, but he got hurt. And I will say
Stafford's
did do
only
well.
had a really good 3 seasons. He only made the playoffs 3
Yeah,
back-to-back
but he
years, and
was,
that's it.
in my opinion, he was doing really good this year until he got hurt.
He's not a franchise quarterback. He's gonna have a couple more years and he's done.